Hey, and this is part 5 of scrapbooking embellishments. So, I did, as a recap for scrapbooking embellishments 4, I did the first page of my book, and the ribbons to tie, and I'll show you how to tie this at the end of everything. So now I'm working on page 2. So yeah, so let's get started. So what I want to do for this page is I want to incorporate kind of a notebook feel to it. So I'm going to take a couple pieces of paper, like I'm going to do 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 of them. So that will make 8 separate pages in there. So I'm going to line them up, making sure that they're all on the same sides, so that the circles line up and you can see completely through. Now I'm going to flip it over and cut down the red lines. So cut down the red lines. Now if you seem to have messed up and there's still red lines showing, just kind of edge it off so that it's kind of together. That's kind of all you're really looking for, is for it to be together, but I'm using my red lines as my guide. So now it looks like this. And when you open it, you have like this, different pages and everything. So this will make 8 little pages. So then I'm going to take this and make a backing for it. So for the backing, I'm just going to make it slightly bigger than the notebook paper so that it kind of frames it. That's what you want, is a frame. You want a frame. So now you're going to go frame it like so, like this. So if you really think about it, I think it'll be 16. So now if you did it like this, like I did it, you're going to take the glue and just kind of glue one side of that, of the inside part, so that it makes one kind of thing like this. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be great. So now that you've done that, you gotta open it up, and you're going to not really glue it, because if you glue it, it'll be all messy. So you're going to take this, open it up, put it inside the crease. Put it inside the crease. So then you close it and make 3 staples. Like this. So now when you open it and it's a little booklet where a lot of people can put their names and little messages and things like that. So yeah, so now that we have that portion, we're going to take the white paper and you're going to just kind of make a binding for it. That's all. You're just going to make a binding for it. That's pretty much all you're going to do. So then cut off the back edges, the side edges, and the little extra edges here to make it look a little bit more natural. So a little bit more like a notebook. So yeah. Now you're going to take that, and so the staples don't show, and this is kind of what it's for. It's just go down here like this. And like so it's like this. Again, try to avoid the liquid pool of glue. That's what you want to avoid to your best ability. Try to avoid that. Then just kind of crease it down like that. So now it looks like this. And on the back there may be some, anywhere there might be some glued edges. And just kind of scoop them off like that. And put them on a, scrap paper. So now that we have that, now we're going to make a frame for the back of this. So I'm going to take my edges that I just had, cut off from these. If you want to use the edges that you did for the edges with the holes, go ahead. It's okay. It doesn't really matter which side you use. I'm using the ones without the holes because I think it looks a little bit better. So, yeah. And use the straight edges. It looks a little bit more professional. I'll do it again like that. And you'll see what I'm talking about with using the straight edges. It makes it a little bit more neater. Yeah, so you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm almost done with it. So by doing this, I am creating an edge background. I'm almost done, just on my last line. So my fourth one. So yeah. This will make it a little bit more professional, not only because it will affect the look of it, but because it will be edged off perfectly. Now, just to clear up the glue so that it does not get anywhere, because that's the back side, you're going to take scrap white paper and just put a little bit of glue, as little as possible. This will also help with making its like more, I guess, hard is what I would say. So yeah, just covering up so that it will, and I'll show you what it will look like on the back so far. So, little line. So again, try to avoid the pulling of glue. You don't want the pulls of glue. Try to avoid to your best ability the board. Continue to put the piece down, and so the back will look similar to this as long as it is all the brown is covered up. And the front will look like this right now. Now you're going to cut off the edges or take them and fold them like this and glue them down. I'm going to cut my edges off so that they'll be pretty much symmetrical, all the same looking, kind of. So just continue with that around, go all the way around. Cut those little squares off, unless you want to fold them over. And I'm not going to fold mine over because I don't really like the idea of folding them over. Okay, so now you have the little booklet. And it's like a notepad, and this one is for my page, my second page. So since my first page is pretty much dry, I'm going to take the other circular embellishment that I made and put it in the center of this one. Just kind of make it like a little tiny circle like this. Pretty much that's all you need to do. And I'm gluing mine to the center of it. Like this. So now it looks like this. Okay. So now I've got something else I want to add to it. This is going to look pretty cute. And, well, I had something I wanted to add to it, but I no longer do. So, I guess this is pretty much it for part 2. And if you want, if you want to do this, you can. It's not really a big deal. You can take a marker, black or any other color. Black would probably be the best, and just put notebook right there. But I'm not going to do that. So, first page is dry. I'm going to have to kind of edge it off just a bit more so that it's skinnier. The framework, so that the framework is pretty much a little bit skinnier. It still shows, but it won't show as much. But it's okay if you don't want to do that. It just means that you'll have to have bigger pages in order to do that. Mine are actually, to keep them, you'll have to have bigger pages. Mine are actually pretty small pages. So that's why I'm doing mine like that. But it's no big deal. So yeah. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, there is more number 1 way of working with things like that and like this. And it's making sure that your workspace is clean. So yeah, and no, I can't send the control for that. Anyways, so now I'm just going to add this piece to here by taking the back and only putting a little bit around the edge, like this. And again, really